Well, there we go then. Norwich City cruise to their 5th consecutive championship win, and it means that we go top of the table. Our most routine victory of the season. You know what? Quite nice just to get it done early doors. It never looked in doubt. I actually thought Coventry were going to have a half-decent season. They were abysmal. Really, really abysmal. Their fans weren't. One of the best travelling sets of fans in a long while. But they really did have to watch some garbage out there. I thought they were so far off it. And it almost makes it difficult to kind of review this game in any kind of detail, because I think when you're playing an opposition who are clearly a long way from the standard of this division, you're going to kind of drop to their standards after a little while. It was a nice opening goal from Teemu Pukki. Really nice to see him back on the starting 11 team sheet. Wasn't overly sure whether I'd like Pukki and Sargent in the 2. I think Sargent looks a lot better through the middle. Actually, the first half wasn't too bad. It was a beautiful move. Nice pass from Nunes to set up Pukki. Classic Pukki. Off the shoulder. One-on-one. He's never missing. Just shows the quality that we have. To have Pukki as a player in the squad that hasn't really started too many games this season. Sargent scores at the perfect time. Coventry look to have got back in it. I'm still unsure why the goal was disallowed, if it should have been disallowed. It was a half volley from a corner. It took ages for them to disallow it, but it was eventually disallowed. Sargent pops up. Really nice bit of play from Aaron Ramsey, actually, to give Sargent the ball. Tucks at home. Five goals this season already for Josh Sargent, who has been really, really impressive. I think probably the one name on the starting team sheet that raised questions for people was that of Aaron Ramsey. I don't think he was particularly great against Birmingham. He got the assist for the winning goal against Sunderland. Once again, popped up with an assist today. I thought he was good. And I think he looks like a bright talent, certainly a good option to have, considering we don't have too many sort of out-and-out wingers. I think Ramsey's going to be a good option. The second half was dreadful, like really, really poor. Both teams were off it. Norwich knew that the 3 points was already wrapped up. Nice to get some early substitutes in, going into a fairly demanding few weeks. And it was a nice kind of goal for Kieran Dowell in the end after Josh Sargent went through on goal to wrap things up at 3. It could have quite easily been 4, 5, 6 if the intensity would have been there. I just tweeted this actually. The standard between the Premier League and the Championship is like alarmingly vast. It's just huge. We're yet to play a side that I've looked at and thought, cool, they're decent. And I know that we've got a tougher run of games coming up. We've got Burnley, Bristol City, West Brom, Burnley 4th, Bristol City 3rd, West Brom in 15th, but I suspect they'll pick up. So it's going to be tougher, and I suspect we'll see where we're really at probably come the end of this month. But after 8 games, Norwich have won the last 5. We're top with 16 points, at least until Sheffield United play tomorrow. We'll see how they get on. They probably look like the biggest challengers this season, them and Burnley. But we've got the depth in squad, and I think that's really impressive. The fact that we've lost 3 left backs and managed to fit Sam Byram in there. I think Sam Byram, when fit, starts for 20 of the 23 other Championship sides. I think he was really impressive again today. Defensively, really sound. Got forwards more than Byram usually gets forward, so that was really impressive. The midfield is probably still a bit of a worry. I'm not quite sure about the McLean-Nunes kind of duo. I think they're both individually, talented players. Nunes frustrates me sometimes with the amount he gives the ball away, but he's an exciting player, isn't he? He takes on risks. Again, an assist today. He will find killer passes, and I guess you just have to accept that with Nunes, that he will give the ball away from time to time, more so than I would have liked today. But there will be a moment of genius in there, and there was for the opening goal. next Friday, now on to Burnley, which, as I say, will be a tougher test. They drew 1-1 with Burnley last night. And I think Dean Smith will be fairly satisfied with where we're at after 8 games. There's still players to return from injury. I think Isaac Hayden's the big one there. I think once he's in the midfield and up and running, I think that's really exciting. I think it's good to see Gabriel Sara getting minutes. I think there's more to come from him. The pleasing thing for me is I think we look really sound defensively. I think with Max Aarons, Big Andy, who's been hugely impressive so far this season, Grant Hanley was monumental today, just won everything. Yes, the left back is a slight concern, but I think Sam Byram, as long as he stays fit, and it was nice to see him sort of hooked after 60 minutes today, will continue to be good. So we've got a solid defence. We're creating chances for fun again today. Let's see how many shots we had. 14 shots compared to Coventry 7. Like every single game, I think barring Sunderland, we've bossed the shot count. And I know that people aren't huge fans of XG and shot counts, but if you do that over a consistent enough basis with the quality that we have up front in Sargent and Pukki, you will win football matches. It's as simple as that. It's why I wasn't too concerned after the defeats to Cardiff and Hull, because the performances weren't terrible. We were winning the shot count. We should have picked up points in both of those games, and since that point have won games on a really good level. So we're now averaging 2 points a game. That's always the standard in the Championship if you want to get promoted. We're on track, and I think we look in a good position. I think that it will be fascinating to see going forwards what he does with Hernandez. I think, again, he looked lively when he came on. Cantwell didn't have his best game today. I don't think it suited him, really. There's a few options there, and I think Dean Smith can have a bit of fun with that. But for me, pleasing thing, Sargent and Pukki starting together and actually looking quite dynamic in their approach, and defensively just look really good. So there we go. Not much more to say. Coventry have got a long season ahead. I hope things work out for them. Their fans were really good today. I know they've had huge troubles with their home pitch. But if they continue to play like that, they're not going to be playing Championship football next season. If Norwich City continue to play like that, well, I doubt we will be either. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye-bye.